October 1st, 2025. The world wakes to headlines. Panama Canal shutdown imminent. Global trade grinds to a halt. For over a century, the Panama Canal has been the heartbeat of global commerce, a marvel of engineering, a symbol of connection. Today, that connection is breaking. The world is watching as one of its most critical arteries seizes up, not with a bang, but with the silence of a sky that refuses to rain. In boardrooms and trading floors worldwide, the same question echoes. What now? The canal isn't just a shortcut, it's the invisible force that keeps our world running. Its partial failure is a global catastrophe in slow motion. Shipping magnates scramble, their fleets stranded. Insurance premiums skyrocket. Commodity prices swing wildly. The just-in-time delivery system that stocks our shelves is cracking. We built a world economy on the assumption the canal would always be there. Today, we see how fragile that was. In Panama City, disbelief turns to anxiety. The canal is more than revenue, it's national pride, woven into identity. Fishermen, shopkeepers, families. Everyone feels the crisis personally. The world sees economic fallout. Panamanians live the human consequences. The old way of doing things is over. A new, uncertain era has begun. The canal's crisis is not just a logistical problem, it's a warning. The world's most reliable trade route is now a symbol of fragility. The dominoes have started to fall. The world holds its breath. The root of this crisis is simple water, or rather, the lack of it. The Panama Canal zone, once lush, is now parched by a relentless drought, intensified by climate change. Gatun and Alajuela, the lakes that feed the canal, are at historic lows. These lakes are the canal's lifeblood. Without them, it's just a ditch. This isn't a seasonal dry spell, it's a fundamental shift. 6% of global maritime trade passes through this 50-mile waterway each year. The canal's reliability was once a given. Now, it's a variable threatening to upend global logistics. Climatologists warned this would happen. Rising temperatures, disrupted rainfall, longer droughts. The Panama Canal Authority has tried water-saving measures and draft restrictions, but these are temporary fixes for a permanent problem. The climate has changed, and the canal was built for a world that no longer exists. Ironically, the engines of global trade, the ships, the factories, helped create the climate crisis now threatening the canal. The system is consuming itself. The relentless pursuit of efficiency has come with a hidden environmental price tag. Today, that bill is due in Panama's dried-up lake beds. The drought's message is clear. Our global systems are more fragile than we thought. The canal's crisis is most visible in the endless line of ships, hundreds anchored, forming a floating city. Each vessel holds millions in cargo cars, electronics, food, fuel. Crews wait in limbo, burning fuel and money with every hour. This maritime gridlock ripples through the global economy. Delays force factories to halt, companies to pay surcharges, and ships to reroute around South America, adding weeks in costs. These costs hit consumers, higher prices, empty shelves, delayed products. The global system built on speed and reliability is crumbling. Scarcity and inflation are becoming the new normal. Industries must now rethink their business models, absorb costs, move production, or risk collapse. The crisis forces a reckoning of efficiency versus resilience. The world built a fast, cheap system, but not one built to last. The Panama Canal's slowdown is a warning shot for global trade. To understand the crisis, you need to know how the canal works. It's not a sea level channel, it's a water bridge, lifting ships 85 feet above sea level via massive locks. Each ship's passage uses 52 million gallons of fresh water, drawn from Gatun and Alajuela lakes, then flushed to the sea. The system relies on gravity and abundant rainfall, a critical assumption now failing. The drought, driven by climate change and El Niño, means less water flows in than out. The Canal Authority faces an impossible equation. Not enough water for ships and people. Draft restrictions were a first step, but even that's not enough. The canal is dying of thirst. Its intricate engineering is useless without water. The 2016 expansion for larger ships only increased demand, making the system more vulnerable. We're witnessing the slow failure of a system designed for a different climate. The canal's genius is now its Achilles heel. the future of global trade hangs on a dwindling supply of rain. Shrinking lakes force Panama into a terrible choice: water for people or for trade. Gatun and Alajuela supply both the canal and over 2 million residents. Every gallon used for ships is a gallon lost for families. Shipping interests argue the canal is Panama's economic engine. Citizens demand water for life, not for ships. Protests erupt as taps run dry and millions of gallons are flushed to sea. The government is caught in the middle, rationing water and restricting canal traffic. Every decision carries political and economic risk. The crisis exposes the conflict between global commerce and basic human needs. The struggle for water is now a deeply human and political battle. As Panama falters, Nicaragua revives an old dream: a rival canal, backed by China. The Nicaragua Grand Canal would be 3 times longer, wider, and deeper. Built for the world's largest ships. The plan: carve a channel across the country, dredge Lake Nicaragua, and build new ports and highways. For Nicaragua, it's a chance to leap into global trade. Chinese investment is the driving force, with a Hong Kong company granted a 50-year concession. For China, it's a strategic move: control a new trade artery, reduce reliance on Panama, and gain leverage in the Americas. The timing is no accident. With Panama in crisis, Nicaragua's proposal seems less like fantasy and more like necessity. Promoters claim Lake Nicaragua's vast water supply makes it less vulnerable to drought. Whether that's true is hotly debated, but the world is watching. The Dragon's Gambit is on the table. Panama's canal is proven, with a century of experience and global trust. But it's now exposed as vulnerable to drought. The Nicaraguan proposal is bigger, deeper, and promises to handle the world's largest ships. Its backers tout Lake Nicaragua as a stable water source, but the project exists only on paper. Risks are enormous: $50 billion in costs, untested engineering, and environmental threats. Dredging Lake Nicaragua could destroy a vital ecosystem and contaminate drinking water. The choice for global shipping: stick with Panama and hope for a solution, or gamble on Nicaragua's risky promise. Panama is a lifeline under strain. Nicaragua is a high-stakes bet. The world is desperate for alternatives, but the risks are historic. The future of trade may hinge on which canal can survive the new climate reality. The stakes: unprecedented reward or irreparable damage. The world must choose between reliability and risk. For many Nicaraguans, the canal project is a nightmare, not a dream. The route threatens to displace up to 120,000 people: farmers, ranchers, indigenous communities. Protests erupt against secret deals and land seizures by the Chinese-backed company. Locals see it as a violation of rights and sovereignty, a sellout to foreign interests. The U.S. watches warily as China gains a foothold in Central America. The canal is about more than trade. It's about power and influence. Nicaragua is deeply divided. The government promises jobs and progress, but many fear environmental ruin and lost sovereignty. Dissent is suppressed, but resistance grows. The human cost is displacement, resistance, and a nation at war with itself. The future of Nicaragua hangs in the balance. October 1st, 2025. The world stands at a crossroads. The Panama Canal crisis is a symbol of our system's fragility, a wake-up call for global trade and climate risk. The Nicaraguan canal offers hope and danger, a new artery or a reckless gamble. The fate of both canals will shape the future of commerce, geopolitics, and the environment. Will Panama engineer a solution or fade? Will China's gamble pay off or backfire? What's at stake is more than trade. It's water, sovereignty, and the planet's future. The world as we knew it is gone. What comes next is being written now, in Panama's parched earth and Nicaragua's contested waters.